All right, hello, you absolute legends. I'm going to go over quickly how to set up your reaction for the Ester Synthesis lab. Now, the first thing I want you to note is that the first thing you need to get ready is your hot water, because whenever you need hot water, it will take forever to heat up. There's an amount of water that goes in here. Don't need to measure it out. You just need to fill it up about that deep, and you just need to put it on the hot plate, turn it on. You want it about 70 degrees. This thing here is over 65, under 70, close enough. You need a warm water bath, okay? You need to set that up first thing. The second thing you need to do is come up with an organization system. For your lab, you're gonna have you're gonna have 3 different carboxylic acids, 3 different ethanols, 3 different alcohols, and you're going to run up 5 different experiments. So you need a good organizational method here. I'm only gonna do this example with 1 carboxylic acid and 1 alcohol. So I'll only have 1 product, and you're going to have 5 different products. So you need a nice organization system where you label the test tubes, have an ABC system set up here. Okay. My liquid carboxylic acid is acetic acid. So when I put my carboxylic acid in here, because it is already a liquid, I'm going to add 10 drops. If it was a solid, I would weigh out on the balance about 0.1 grams. That's about 10. I think I put in more than 10, but that's fine. And now I'm going to put in 10 drops of my alcohol. All of the alcohols that you're going to be using are liquids, so it's 10 drops. Okay, it's about 10. I might have put in 11 drops, but that's fine. These are trash since I used them right here. Again, I'm only doing 1 of each, so it's easy for me to keep organized. You're going to have 3, 3, 5. So organization right here. Now, once I have my alcohol and my carboxylic acid mixed up in here, I'm going to take this over towards the hood, because in the hood we're going to have sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid is a strong acid and needs to be handled in the hood just in case there's a spill. And I think it's 5 drops of this you add. It's about 5. Just going to shake it, try to get things mixed up in here. Now, my reaction that's set up right here, I'm going to cover the top in parafilm. Parafilm is this waxy kind of plastic right here, and you just kind of stretch it over the top. Again, you need a good labeling system. You need something on the test tube, like a number or a letter, that tells you what is inside of this, because you're going to have 4 identical setups right here. Now, let me just peek at the instructions real quick. What I did here, I had my clean test tubes. I added 10 drops of the alcohol. I added 5. I'm looking at step 4. I added 5 drops of concentrated H2SO4. I covered with parafilm and mixed them together. So now that I have my 1 sample ready and it's mixed together with a parafilm top on there, I don't need a label because I only have 1 sample. You're going to need a label. Now I'm going to put it in the hot water bath. Okay. Hot water bath is about 70 degrees. Now I'm going to set a timer and let this run for about 15-20 minutes. This is especially crucial where I need a good labeling system, because once I have 5 test tubes in here, I'm not going to be able to tell which is which. When this is done reacting, I'll make a video trying to show the process. You need to do this to your ice bath. You need to put the distilled water bottle inside of a beaker of ice right now. And we're back. It has about 15-20 minutes has elapsed. This thing has been going in here. Periodically I've just been looking at the thermometer. I'm not hounding this dial here, trying to make this thing exactly 70 degrees. As long as it's between 65, 75, It's just been sitting there, and I've been probably picking it up every couple minutes just to kind of look at it. And we see that there's been a color change, and I hope you can almost see, try to get in focus, there are 2 layers formed. One layer, the layer on the top is our product. Now, before this thing even went in the hot bath, you should have done this as well. Put some distilled water on ice so you have some cold water. Now, this reaction is over. Now remember, you're going to have 5 different test tubes in here. Since this reaction is over now, I'm going to unplug it just so it can cool down, and I'm only going to take this out. Just going to leave that in there for right now. Just unplug that so I can get ready to cool down. I need to get 2 milliliters of cold water inside the test tube. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this out, put it down there. I'm going to have 4 other identical ones matched up like that. Let me take off this film here. All right. Now I need to get 2 milliliters of distilled water in there. I can't quite measure out 2 milliliters like that, but these things have little measurements on them right here. So I'm just going to take this cold distilled water, one milliliter, 2 milliliters. I don't need a graduated cylinder. I just need something in there. And I'm going to shake this up here for my sample. Okay. Now, what I want you to try to see with the sample is the layering that's happening in the test tube. I hope you can see that there is a small layer on top and the water layer on the bottom. What happens, there's 2 layers, and when I say layers, the bottom half is water and the top half is your organic ester. The oil and water does not mix, so they layer like oil and vinegar. The oil, or the organic, is on the top. Now we need to get that top off of there so we can smell the fragrance a lot easier. This is very careful and just takes some time and stuff to play with here. I'm going to get a watch glass and I'm going to try to pipette that top layer off, and only the top layer off, to put on top of the watch glass. So let me see how I can do this, if I can show you what I'm looking at here. I'm going to tilt it to the side, because to the side I kind of have a little more of an edge. And I'm not going to compress this thing completely. I'm only going to give it a little bit of a compress. So when I suck up a little bit, I'm going to suck up only a little bit at a time. You know, I'm really just trying to be very ginger with this. Geez, I think I got most of the layer already just doing that. I'll try to take up a little more. Geez, that's really about it. Okay, so I can definitely smell that now. That's a pleasant fragrance right there. But that is that is the final step, so to speak, of like setting this up here, is trying to do that fragrance here. Hope this is helpful in trying to do the experimental setup for the esterification for Making Esters Lab. Have a great day. Thank you.